Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be diving into some real scary stories that have happened around the world. The first story we're going to be covering today is called Loftus Hall. Have you ever stayed somewhere where something just didn't feel right? Not in a creaky floorboard kind of way. I mean the kind of place where the silence presses down on you, where the air feels heavy like it's watching you. There's a house in Ireland like that. It's called Loftus Hall, and what happened there nearly 250 years ago still terrifies people to this day. The first time I read about it, I thought it was just folklore, a spooky Irish legend passed down through whispers in the pub. But the deeper I looked, the more I realized how much of it wasn't just story. The dates matched, the people were real, the building is still standing, and according to some, it's still haunted. It happened in the late 1700s. Loftus Hall was owned by a wealthy family, the Tottenhams, who lived there with their daughter Anne. Now this place, it wasn't cozy, it was massive, cold. The kind of place with long, echoing halls and drafty stone walls. One night, during a brutal storm off the Irish coast, a ship ran aground near the peninsula. A man knocked on the door, soaking wet, well-dressed, but strangely calm. They let him in, gave him a warm fire, food, shelter. He stayed for several days. That's where things start to get uncomfortable. Anne, the daughter, was intrigued by him. No one knew who he was. No records, no ship manifest. But he was charming, too charming. She spent hours with him, reading, walking the halls, playing cards late into the night. And that's when it happened. They were sitting at the table, her parents nearby. He dealt the cards and one slipped to the floor. Anne leaned down to pick it up. But when she looked under the table, she didn't see shoes. She saw hooves, split, not human. She froze. Her breath caught in her throat. And in that instant, before anyone could speak, he shot up from the chair, his body contorting in a way no person ever should. And he burst through the ceiling in a plume of fire and smoke. A scream ripped through the room. The family stood in shock. And just like that, he was gone. Anne was never the same. She stopped eating, stopped speaking. She wouldn't leave her room. Eventually, her parents locked her away in what's now called the tapestry room for fear of her condition bringing shame to the family. Some say she died in there, alone, terrified, whispering to herself and to something no one else could see. And here's the thing. The room still exists. Visitors say they feel a deep cold inside. Some say they hear scratching at the walls. Others swear they've seen a pale woman staring out from the window, even when the house was empty. One tourist even collapsed in the room, said it felt like something sat on their chest and refused to let them breathe. This isn't just a bedtime story. Loftus Hall is real. You can look it up. Located on the Hook Peninsula, it's been standing since the 14th century. Anne Tottenham, also real. Her family's records are documented in the local parish. There's even a painting of her hanging in a nearby church. In the 1900s, the mansion became a convent, a boarding school, and every group that's lived there eventually left. They said it was cursed. Some claim the Vatican even refused to bless it, said there was something too far gone about the place. In recent years, Loftus Hall was reopened for tours, and the reports kept coming. Photos showing figures that weren't there, audio recordings of voices in the static. And when Ghost Adventures investigated the house, they couldn't explain what they captured. One crew member refused to go back in after sundown. I don't know what you believe. Some say Anne was just sick, that the stranger was a hallucination, that the story grew with time, twisted by fear and folklore. But I've read enough, heard enough. And if you ever find yourself near Wexford, Ireland, just know, Loftus Hall is still there, waiting. And if someone knocks on your door during a storm, maybe check their feet before you let them in. If you made it this far, I've got another story just as disturbing coming soon. I'd love it if you like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss it. And if you've ever experienced something you can't explain, I want to hear about it. Drop it in the comments or DM me on IG. Your story might just be the next one I tell. Sleep tight.